Basic rules. I've talked about this when I was doing the lip sync on this shot, as well as in a few other lectures. Big thing is mouth motions are very quick. So it takes maybe 3 or 4 frames on average for a mouth corner to go full out or full in. So when you're changing expression, going from one pose to the next, don't take time with it. You want to do it quickly. You want to push your spacing. Don't have a middle frame in there. So if we're looking at the spacing of the mouth motion, the mouth corner is starting here, it's going over here. What you don't want is your spacing to do something like this. No. We've got a pose in the middle and we've got an even ease in, ease out. Bleh. It's going to be boring. It's going to look just even. Instead, you want to really favor the eases and then pop it into the next pose. So something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So something like that. Slight ease, pop, ease in. And then you can add a little overshoot or a little settle if you want to, but the main motion happens very quickly and you exaggerate that spacing. From there, when you're doing your mouth corners, the biggest thing is while you're going to hit certain sounds, for example, oohs, ooh is going to be in, ooh. You're going to have e's, which generally are out, but not all the time. Mouth corners are more based on emotional change than actual sounds. And this is the handicap and the kind of bad thing about using a sound library. So a lot of people will start learning how to animate lips and lip sync, and you're going to start using a studio library. So you're going to have e's that look like this. Ah looks like this. Oh, ooh. And each one of them has a very specific point where the mouth corners are. And you use that and it's going e out, we e out, and it's just going in and out, in and out, in and out all the time, just doing that with no rhyme or reason. If you actually look at mouths, aside from the ooh, which tends to be in, most other sounds, the mouth corners can go in any direction. It's based on your emotion. So for example, I can talk like this and you see my mouth corners stay up. And aside from when I close my mouth, like an M or B or P, where everything kind of drops down as I close and then go back up, or an ooh shape, they just stay up. Or I can talk like this and my mouth corners stay down and I've got more of an attitude like this. Or I can talk like this with my mouth corners in the whole time. Even if I go into an E shape, they didn't go out. So the big thing is focus on your emotions first, then build the lip sync off of that. If you just kind of build in lip sync with the idea of, oh, an E is wide, and ah is somewhat wide, and ooh is always in, you're going to end up with generic lip sync. And more often than not, very jittery and annoying lip sync is just going to bounce all over the place. Same thing with the jaw. There are shapes that the mouth has to be open for. There are shapes that the mouth has to be closed for, specifically S and Z. Z, z. You need to have your teeth closed there. But for most sounds, it doesn't really matter if the mouth is open or closed. For example, I could talk like this and I can just keep going and my mouth is closed the entire time and I can say pretty much anything I want. It changes the tone of my voice a little bit, but I can still do it. So you don't need to actually have the jaw on an H sound. It has to be this. On an F sound, it has to be this. It's mostly the lips. Are the lips closed or are they open, or is something pressing? So F, V, F, the bottom lip is pressing against the teeth. TH, the tongue is sticking out between the teeth or pressing against the teeth. MBP, the mouth has to be closed. But it's mostly overall shapes and kind of pressure on the lips or the tongue, and not actual corner moments. Even an ooh, ooh, I can go ooh, and my mouth is quite wide. I don't have to go ooh really in. That's a natural way to do it, a more comfortable way to do it, but I can force it out of that. So I hope that helps. Instead of giving you a general rule, I basically said there are no rules. Have fun with it. But that's really it. don't get caught up on trying to use phoneme shapes and phoneme libraries and, oh, it has to be shaped like this. Think of the emotional state of the character first. Think of the shapes that have to happen, like MBs, Ps, all of those. And then from there, build the lip sync around those. And how do you make the P sound with the mouth? You just close your mouth, and the P comes from when you open. It's the explosive or plosive. Same with a B. B. The sound comes when you open your mouth. Same thing with the P sound. P. It comes when your mouth opens, which is different from an M. M happens when your mouth is closed. So they're similar, but happen at different times.